Am I a bad daughter for not wanting to give my mom more money, even though I'm already paying for almost everything? I genuinely don't know anymore. So here's my life right now. I work full-time. Clock in every morning, deal with co-workers, deadlines, commute, come home exhausted kind of full-time. I'm not lazy. I'm not freeloading. I'm not just hanging around at home. Yes, I still live with my mom. And before anyone jumps to conclusions, it's practical. Rent where I live is insane. Moving out would mean doubling my expenses overnight. So for now, this just makes sense financially. But here's what people don't see. I cover the household bills. Utilities, internet, stuff that keeps the house functioning. I buy my own groceries. I don't ask her for money. And on top of all of that, I give her a monthly allowance. Every single month. I don't skip it. I don't complain. I just transfer it. And now she wants more. Not because something happened. Not because she's struggling. Not because there's some emergency expense. Just because she thinks I should be giving her more. Her reasoning? When she was younger, she gave her mom a fixed amount every month. So in her mind, that's the standard. That's the expectation. That's what a good child does. But here's what bothers me. She doesn't expect that from my brother. My brother makes more money than I do. Noticeably more. But he has some debt. So in her mind, that excuses him. She doesn't pressure him. She doesn't remind him. She doesn't sit him down and talk about family responsibility. With him, it's understanding. It's patience. It's he has a lot going on. With me, it's just assumed that I'll step up. That I'll give more. That I'll adjust. And I think that's what hurts the most. It's not even just about the money. It's the double standard. It's feeling like because I'm responsible, because I don't have debt, because I've managed my finances well, I get punished for it. And the thing is, she's not financially desperate. She has her retirement salary. Every month, like clockwork. She also receives my late father's pension. So there's a steady flow of income coming in that doesn't depend on me. And she barely spends what she already has. She doesn't travel. She doesn't have expensive hobbies. She's not drowning in medical bills. The money just sits there. So when she asks me for more, I sit there thinking, what is this actually about? Because logically, it doesn't add up. It doesn't feel like need. It feels like entitlement. And I think the reason this is affecting me so deeply isn't just the present situation. It's the past. Growing up, my mom hated spending money on us. And I don't mean she was careful with budgeting. I mean she made it very clear that spending on us was a burden. If she bought us clothes, we heard about it. If she paid for something school-related, we heard about it. If she got us anything even remotely extra, there was always a speech attached. You should be grateful. Do you know how hard your father works? This is expensive. She would constantly remind us that providing for us was technically our dad's responsibility. Like she was doing us a favor by contributing at all. But when it came to her siblings, or her own parents, different story. She would give them money without hesitation. No speeches. No guilt. No reminders. She'd help them, support them, sometimes even go out of her way financially for them. And I remember noticing that as a kid. I remember thinking, why does she seem happier giving to them than to us? So now, fast forward to today. She's asking me for more money. And I think it's reopening all of that. Because it doesn't feel like mutual support. It doesn't feel like we're in this together. It feels like I'm being extracted from. Like I'm fulfilling a role. Like I'm the reliable one, so I'm the one who has to give more. And I keep asking myself, if she had been more generous emotionally and financially when I was younger, would I feel differently right now? Honestly, I probably would. If I grew up feeling supported instead of resented, I might not hesitate. I might gladly give her more. But instead, it feels layered. Complicated. Heavy. There's this underlying resentment I don't want to have. Because at the end of the day, she's still my mom. She raised me. She fed me. She kept a roof over my head. I'm not denying that. And there's this cultural expectation too, that children should give back. That once you're earning, you support your parents. That it's respect. That it's gratitude. So part of me feels guilty even questioning this. But another part of me feels used. And I hate even saying that out loud. I don't want to see my relationship with my mom through a transactional lens. I don't want every conversation about money to feel like a negotiation. But lately, every time she brings it up, I feel my chest tighten. It's not even about whether I can afford to give more. It's about fairness. It's about why I'm the only one being expected to stretch. It's about why my financial stability feels like it's something to be tapped into, instead of respected. And I'm scared that if I keep giving in, I'll slowly start resenting her more and more. But if I say no, I'll be the ungrateful daughter. So I'm stuck. Trying to balance respect with boundaries. Trying to honor her without abandoning myself. And I honestly don't know where that line is. If you were in my position, would you give more just to keep the peace? Or would you finally draw a boundary and risk being seen as the selfish one? Update. And here's the part one didn't expect. Things escalated. After that last conversation, I tried to just ignore it. I thought maybe she brought it up casually and it would pass. Maybe she was just testing the waters. It didn't pass. A week later, she brought it up again. This time it wasn't subtle. She sat me down at the dining table like we were about to discuss something serious. She said, "I've been thinking. Starting next month, you should increase what you give me. Not can you. Not would you consider." It was just a decision. I asked her why. And she repeated the same thing. When she was my age, she gave her mom a fixed amount every month. That's what a responsible child does. That's how you show gratitude. I tried to explain calmly that I already cover the bills. That I pay for my own expenses. That I'm not just living here for free. I even showed her my budget. I don't spend recklessly. I'm saving. I'm trying to build some kind of future for myself. And she looked at me and said, "You're young. You don't need that much savings right now." That sentence stuck with me. Because to her, my financial security is optional. Flexible. Adjustable. But to me, it's the difference between staying stuck and having choices. Then she brought up my brother. She said, "Your brother has responsibilities. He has debt. He's stressed." And I said, "So I don't have stress." And she didn't really answer that. That's when something clicked for me. This wasn't about fairness. It was about roles. In our family, my brother is the one who needs protection. I'm the one who can handle it. He gets understanding. I get expectations. He gets patience. I get pressure. And I realized I've been playing into that my whole life. I've always been the mature one. The responsible one. The one who doesn't cause problems. The one who adjusts. So when she pushes, I bend. But this time, I didn't. I told her I wasn't increasing the amount. Not angrily. Not dramatically. I just said it calmly. I'm already contributing a lot. I'm not comfortable giving more. The silence after that felt heavy. She didn't yell. She didn't explode. She just went quiet. And somehow that was worse. For the next few days, she was cold. Short answers. No small talk. You know that feeling when someone's disappointed in you but won't say it directly? It was like that. And I felt horrible. Even though logically I knew I wasn't wrong. That's the weird part about family guilt. It doesn't care about logic. I started second-guessing myself. Maybe I am selfish. Maybe this is just what adult children do. Maybe I'm being dramatic over something small. But then I did something I probably should have done earlier. I sat down and calculated everything I actually pay for monthly. Bills. Groceries. The allowance. Miscellaneous household stuff that I end up covering without even thinking about it. And when I added it up, I realized I'm already contributing a significant portion of my income. It's not symbolic. It's real money. Money that could be going into my own savings. My own future apartment. My own emergency fund. And that's when the bigger realization hit me. If I stay here long term under these expectations, the amount will probably keep increasing. Because once you show you're willing to stretch, the new stretch becomes the baseline. So, I started quietly looking at apartments. Nothing fancy. Just small studios. I ran the numbers. If I cut back on certain things, if I'm careful, I could actually move out within a few months. And honestly, the idea felt freeing. Not because I hate my mom, but because I'm tired of feeling like my financial stability is community property. A few days ago, she brought it up again. She said, "Have you thought about what I said?" And for the first time, I didn't feel shaky. I told her, yes. And I've decided I'm going to keep the amount the same. If that's not okay, I might need to consider moving out. I wasn't threatening her. I was just being honest. And that's when her expression changed. I think she didn't expect me to have an alternative. She asked, "Why would you move out? This is your home." And I said, "Because I want to build my own life too." That conversation didn't magically fix everything. She's still not thrilled. There's still tension. But something shifted. She hasn't brought up increasing the money again. I don't know if she realized she might actually lose the steady support I already provide. Or if she understood that I'm serious about boundaries now. But for the first time, I don't feel completely powerless in this situation. I'm still saving. I'm still planning. And honestly, I think moving out might be the healthiest thing for both of us. Because maybe distance will make our relationship less transactional. Maybe when I'm not under her roof, giving money won't feel like an obligation hanging over my head. It'll feel like a choice. And I want it to be a choice. Right now, I'm in this weird in-between space. Still living here. Still contributing. Still navigating the tension. But I've stopped automatically bending. And that feels like growth. I don't know how this will play out long term. I don't know if she'll eventually understand my perspective or if she'll always see me as the ungrateful daughter who changed. But I do know one thing. I'm done equating love with financial sacrifice. So now I'm curious. If you were me, would you stay and keep trying to balance it? Or would you move out and risk creating distance to finally protect your peace?